the office staff is here, I think we can commence. Well, hello everybody. I'm Avi, it's short for Abram that you see on your screen there. And you'll see 3 of me in this meeting because I am logged in on my laptop, which is this one, and then my desktop computer over here, and also my phone. And you'll see why I have so much redundancy later on. But today I just wanted to give you all a quick overview. I should say brief, not quick, because I don't want to go too quickly. A brief overview of Canvas and just how to set up basic classes and do stuff like that. I'll leave the part about me to be very, very short, but I teach at 3 different campuses in the area, and all of them use different technology, and all of our different faculties and staff are having a very fun time learning lots and lots of new technologies, and sometimes they get paid to do so. So here we are. I'm really excited that DJUSD has adopted Canvas because I've been using it since something like 2013, 2014, and it's been great for us. I was a very, very small part of bringing it to UC Davis, and now that it's used everywhere here, it's just, I can't even compare it to the last learning management system we had, because that one was not fun for anybody. But without further ado, let me jump onto my Canvas machine and I'll show you the very basics of that. So, right, let me jump into sharing my screen with you all so that we can look at one of my sites. I'll show you how to create your own sites and how to make assignments and stuff like that. Let's start with this. Okay, can everyone see my diversity lessons? I see some heads nodding, yay, okay. Okay, everybody. So I teach adult school in addition to teaching at UC Davis, and we have, I have very little experience with teaching K through 5. I have taught K through 5, but very little. However, you're in luck because according to the state, my students are all 3rd graders, even though many of them are older than me. So we've got what is essentially 3rd grade, could be third grade level content, and we won't dwell on the content anyways. I'd just like to show you some of the functionality. So I'm showing you Canvas in the desktop version, and you can probably see, oops, come here, buddy, there we are. There's a big menu here on the left-hand side with all those different blue words like home, assignments, discussions, pages. And if I'm on a smaller device like an iPad or just a smaller monitor, I might want to just collapse that and just get it out of my way. There are also some fun things that you can do, like with any website, because this is all cloud software, of course. You can make it bigger to get rid of stuff on the right, make it smaller, it comes back. These can be helpful in instruction. You guys know how you instruct, I don't have to tell you that. But just to let you know, it doesn't have to be exactly as presented at all times. You can make things a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger to suit your needs. One of my #1 concerns is with equity and access. We sort of live in this more or less affluent area these days where it can be easy, in my case, it can be easy for me to assume that, hey, everybody has the same devices and things like that. Although I know it's not true. Sometimes I fall into this thing where I don't consider that maybe this family only has 1 device and it's a tiny cell phone from 3 generations ago, and I need to be thinking about that when I'm teaching. So that's just something that I try to consider a lot. It's one reason why I have the 3 devices going, which can be confusing for me and for others. Okay, so we teach what are called additional assessment plans at 2 of my campuses. And one of them, 11.5, is about diversity, clearly. This is just the home page of the course. And I just grabbed some Adobe stock images, made the course look a little prettier than it was when I got the curriculum, modernized some of the language, and made this site. So the first assignment that the students would have on this one would be to define these vocabulary words. Does that sound like 3rd grade? It sounds like my 3rd grade. And they would be submitting this to me online. I'll show you how that would work a little bit later. And they have several assignments in this unit, of course. It's about a 3-week unit that we would do, 3 or 4 weeks. And I provided some links here to some other assignments. So one thing that we have to kind of become when we're doing this kind of thing is something that I'm not particularly good at, which is information architecture, or in other words, just sorting out how things are going to be displayed to all of the students. We don't want to confuse them or ourselves naturally. So let's look at the navigation, what we've got here. If I hit home, I go to this page because I've defined this page as my home page. If I go to assignments, I'll go to assignments. So there are there are two main ways that people seem to be dividing up how they present things to people. One is in assignments, and another is in modules. So you can create modules. I'm sure this sounds familiar to everybody, kind of breaking up your content, everything that you want to deliver to the students. It's just a way of organizing a bunch of assignments and readings and everything into a larger chunk. Naturally, I've got discussions here. You can have the students do discussions. You can make them required. For younger folks, that might be really fun. For instance, for my UC Davis students, when I ask them to, when I say a discussion is required, it doesn't really happen because people just don't feel that that's a fun thing to do. But for folks who are younger, it might be the opposite. And pages, it's not super useful. It'll show you the pages that are in a site. Okay, down here, just above modules, we've got quizzes. And I want to go to quizzes for a moment to show you quizzes. Okay, so I forgot to delete this one. I was just working on something here. But if we are going to ask to do the kind of formative, summative assessments that we are, more or less used to doing, then quizzes is the way to do it. Even if it is just a simple kind of homework assignment, even if it's something as simple as, tell us your name and your favorite color, it's going to be easily done in quizzes. So let me just show you this one little assignment here, this one little homework about simple present tense verbs. Okay. And again, this is for an adult ESL class, so it looks a certain way. So I've made this, clearly I made this before today, and I put it in here. So what would this look like to a student? I want to know what students will see when they see this, certainly. So I can go to preview. Okay. You can see at the top, I'm getting this warning. This is going to be submitted in 30 minutes because I said it. So you don't have to set any time limit, or you can set a long time, completely up to your choice. Okay, so I got some instructions, and here's this nice quiz, which doesn't have to be presented as a quiz. Again, I just tell them this is a homework assignment, or we do it together in class, virtually. But Okay, so let me try to get 1 point on this assignment. Try and his roommate Edgar have. Okay, great. Have a lot to do every week. Now, because I'm failing this class, I'm going to just submit it like this, as such, with 1 answer completed. And it's going to say, you have 10 unanswered questions. Are you sure? Yeah, let's live dangerously. Okay. And I got 1 question right, okay, as you would expect. So this kind of thing, when you've got just a closed set of answers, you know, it's no more complex than filling out to the student or the user. It's no more complex than filling out some kind of form. What's your name? What's your age? What's your favorite color? These types of things. I know you're all familiar with close and with other types of questions. So I'm just pointing this out as an example of close, and that I'm aware that that's all this is doing. It's not doing anything more than that. Okay, so we're looking at a pretty bare kind of thing. I don't see any pictures. I don't see any you know, dancing baloney, any kind of videos, nothing. And if I'm a user, it doesn't matter my age, I'm going to get tired of reading black text on white background all day long, you know, fairly quickly, probably. It's a little bit sparse, a little bit Spartan. So what I like to do is kind of add some flair. And so I'll go here, I'm editing now. I'll go down to my questions. Details and questions. Details are all about when is this going to be due? Which students have to do it? How long do they have to do it? All those types of settings. Okay, folks. When I create a test course for you all, after we look at this, I'll show you how to do all of these things. Okay, so I'm not ignoring that part of it. Okay, questions. Here's Tran and Edgar again. Okay, let's put some faces to the names. How about it? I am editing this question. I'm going to put in a picture, but from where? From where comes the picture? The easiest and fastest way, I'm talking about for your students, for there to be a picture there is for the instructor, the course manager, to upload the images into Canvas. This way, if in the future a link changes, you're never going to lose that picture. That picture is always going to be in your course. They can't take it away from you. So I'm going to my course files here and course images. What have I got? And I didn't upload the picture. So let's use this one. You can see I've got a gigantic picture here that's far, 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 far too large. 5686, it's bigger than it's as big as 2 or 3 of my monitors. So I'm just going to make it a small little picture, 400 by 276. When I put the first dimension in, it gives me the second dimension. I'm no good at math. It does it for me. Okay. There we go. Okay, so maybe somewhere in this crowd we've got Tran and Edgar. So with my pretty Adobe stock image here, I've now made this a little bit easier on the eye, I think. So what will I do now? I've got to update that question. If I don't update, I've just lost it all. Okay, update question. Now that's nicer, much more friendly. Okay, so I think, you know, students of any age would prefer to have something to look at. Okay, I'm going to turn up my volume and ask you folks if you have any questions at this time.
I have a question, Avi.
Yeah.
I am the English learner specialist at Korematsu, so I also teach what we call ELD, like ESL. I only teach in small groups. So in the trainings I've taken so far from the district and the modules I've watched, I can't figure out, will what they're calling master courses each represent one of my small groups, or is Canvas not something I would use in my position? Or I'm not sure I see for a classroom teacher how this works and how it's set up, and it's actually loaded automatically because of Q. But in my position, is this something I'll be using? And if so, how do I get my groups into it as individual groups?
Okay. So to answer the last part of it first, what I'm looking at right here, and I'll make this clearer in a moment. Let me go to my, what I'm looking at here is Canvas free for teacher version. So I use this a lot, because it's free and I can use it at any campus that I want to without restrictions. You could consider it kind of a sandbox if you want to. It doesn't have all of the bells and whistles that, say, for example, UC Davis's flavor of Canvas has. In your district, just like at UC Davis, what I think is going to happen is they will pull, unless you're doing 100% from the ground up, as I do with this. In other words, I have no SIS, I've got no connection to any of the student registration or anything like that. I have to do everything manually. Let me show you that. I'll show you that it exists, at least. People?
Excuse me, may I answer part of that question?
Yes, please go right ahead.
I'm Silvana, I'm the IT specialist at Korematsu. Hello.
Hi, Silvana.
Yes, Terry, you will use Canvas unless something changed, that can always happen. And you will have probably your groups populate. They don't want right now for you to try to add any students because it's going to mess up with Q. They are working on that. And if something changes, I can let you know. But they are going to upload everything.
Okay, because the trainers last week weren't sure yet, and I don't want to take everybody's time, but I just wanted to know, is this something I need to be learning, and will it be useful for small groups? So thank you.
Sure, thank you so much, Silvana. And she confirmed my suspicions that it'll be done for you, right? That's really excellent. That's really excellent. Here in I just wanted to show you my my class, which is me and 3 people that I work with. No students, no actual students here. But SIS ID, you can see there's none because it's just done by hand. And also we're not students. 2 of my students, this is another teacher and another teacher, have not accepted invitation yet. So that's not something you won't have to worry about as much as I will, which is great. But this is what a people section would look like. You'll have more information than I do, but that will all be there. In addition, you've got grades for everyone. I have no grades in this course. I'd like to show you some real grades, but it's got something called FERPA that I must abide by, which is fine with me. But right here you can see the assignments, the completely unpopulated assignments because we haven't done any. But this is where it would all show up for you in grades. And if you have different modules and different assignments and different quizzes and everything like that, you'll have just a lot more to drill down into. Canvas provides excellent statistics. I know probably less about statistics than any other subject, and I've been able to use these stats really nicely to aid to continue to improve, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so why don't we take a step back?
Question?
And
I have a question as well.
We'll go and create a brand new, fresh course here.
Bobby, you have a couple of questions.
Yes. Okay.
Molly has a question.
Go ahead, Ms. Polly.
Okay, so can I ask a question that's like on a different topic? Or do you want to stay on this?
No, go right ahead.
So in first grade, what we're trying to figure out, we've watched a lot of videos about how to turn in assignments. And there's the fancy speed grader and there's different things. But what we want is we really want our little ones doing a lot of pencil paper, not a lot of clicking and dragging, because they need that, right? So what we want is to figure out, and we can't figure it out, how to, for the little ones to turn in work similar to Google Classroom, where some things either they just click as assignment done, for some things that we don't actually have to see the work. Let's say they do the art project, just click as done, or PE, click as done, whatever it might be. But some things, their writing lesson, their math lesson, we want to see the actual physical copy. In Google Classroom, they could take a picture and upload it. We're trying to figure that out in first grade, how you do that. And I called the Canvas hotline and they sent directions and we're all confused by them. So do you know the answer to that? Those two experiences? Yay!
Let me demonstrate that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm having problems with my audio. It's just very, very quiet. So that's why I keep picking up my phone here. I've made things too complicated. Okay, assignment. I'll make a new assignment in this course. Okay, here's my new assignment.
Avi, if we make the assignment through modules, but we make it as a new assignment, will it still work?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So let's see, I got my, yep. All right, so please show me your artwork. Obviously it'll be more involved than that, but that's as much as I know about it right now. Okay, so I've done my piece of art. I took a photo, mom or dad's phone, something like that. And I want to make sure it gets sent to my teacher so they can see it. Okay, so I, as the instructor, have to say what sort of submission there's going to be. So if I go down here to submission type, I want to select online. I know, Molly, you said that it's on paper, but of course, I just want to say for everybody's benefit, you know, we'll be submitting that thing online, an artifact of that thing online. And I'm going to go down to File, Uploads. So if a student is working on a laptop or a big computer or an iPad, something like that, the place where I can see this getting a little fuzzy is where they would need to make sure that the file ended up on that device before they uploaded it. The really good news is that there is a Canvas app for students and there's one for teachers. So that really streamlines this stuff. You don't have to be moving files around from device to device to device. Of course, some of them are experts at this kind of thing, but I find it difficult personally. So that's good news on that front. Okay, online file uploads. Do you want to allow folks to do it a few times if they make a mistake? Certainly, why not? Okay, these are all options, and I'll just show you folks due dates assigned to everyone. Let's say it's due today. For some reason, this series of clicks just tires me out. I have to do this many, many times, and it's really great when you find a shortcut. So if I say August 10th, it's 12 a.m., right? It's last night, midnight, until August 11. Oops, I'm sorry. There we go. August 10. They've got 24 hours to do it. And I didn't have to spend any time going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, anything like that. And I'll save. I'm going to publish it as well so everyone can see it. Okay. So for assignments, we're not able to preview them in my experience, but you'll know whether or not they're working fairly quickly. So
We did not restrict the file type. In other words, they can upload a PDF or a doc or whatever the heck gets produced. So that's one way. Okay, and as Molly noted, you can do this through assignments, or you can just create the assignment in modules. Okay, I have not got the gallery view here. Yes, I do. Okay, and Laura said there are other questions. Anybody? Can somebody show me a hand? Okay, I see. Yes, Ms. Shelton?
I have a question. If you were doing assignments or quizzes, I don't know the terminology of everything yet, so I'm still really confused, but I have this vision of having like this home page, let's say, where I have buttons that would have like, this is your Monday work, like this is your Tuesday work, things like that. Is there a way that if they were to hit Monday that they would see it would take them to the quizzes or assignments that they have, instead of having to go on the navigation bar and go to the little area? Is that possible?
Yeah, great question. I hadn't thought of it because I rarely use it, but that's so important. Where's my calendar here? There's a calendar feature that you can use. Go back to 11.5. There we go. Okay, over here we've got calendar and the sort of icon navigation bar. And see if any of my assignments showed up in my calendar. Okay, just doing the worldwide wait. Okay, here we go. There's that assignment that we just created together, you and I. And that's the only thing that I have due right now, but it's showing up. What happens if I click, Monday the 10th? What have we got on that day? Ooh, I've got to do this. Okay, so, and of course, if you add 3 or 4 other things, it's just going to populate it up right there and still be legible. Of course, they can look at week like that. Makes it even a little bigger, so we can see things more clearly, especially if you have more than one thing. This is.
Avi, I think on their homepage they're wanting a link to, like, sorry to interrupt. I did it with my Spanish class. My teacher had it labeled by like first week of school, August 26th through 28th. I'm going to click on that and it'll take me to exactly everything that's due, not clicking on a calendar, just directly on a homepage.
Okay. So you can set any page. Thank you for asking that. You can set any page as the home page. So what you could do, and I think what the other teacher might have been also looking at, was setting the agenda as the home page. You can see I've only got one assignment here. I've seen, for example, I've seen Miss Molly's Google Classroom and how it's set up like that. I think that's the kind of the target that you all are aiming at. I believe so. And this would be sort of the equivalent of that, the agenda. You can also, there is a lot of integration between the Google suite of apps and Canvas. You can essentially take anything you've got in Google Suite, including Classroom, and put it up here. So you can embed any of that stuff in Canvas. So, any work you might have done that you'd like to hold on to, you don't have to abandon or anything like that, because you can fold it in to this. Okay, so Ms. Rika, is this, does that answer what you were talking about?
No, not really, because mine was straight from the home page. It had like important announcements at the top, and then it would have like links to each week down below. So everything was accessible on my home screen, and I didn't have to click down for the littles, especially. You don't have to click down sidebars for assignments. There's like a one-stop shop. Right.
So you can designate this page here, the agenda page. You can make that be the page that pops up first, so that, like you said, they don't have to go hunting for anything. It's all right there. As for sectioning things out into weeks, you can also do that. It's a question of you're putting the links up on that main page. And I think I've seen the course that you're talking about, and I'm fairly certain that that teacher did so, that she had to put everything in by herself. It was not sort of automatically generated or anything like that. However, everything in the agenda, if you just want to use the agenda here as a home page, then that's done. That's done for you, as long as you put the assignments in. Okay, let me see if we've got other hands. So few people with video on. It's probably a good thing. Ah, yes, Ms. Tricoli. Oh, you're muted. There we go.
Can you teach us how to bring something from our Google Suite, maybe a slideshow or something that we have saved, and put it into Canvas? Is it a quick way to do that?
There is. Okay, that's a good segue, because now we can go to creating a site.
Okay.
Let's do that. Okay. Going back home to Canvas. So this is just my little dashboard here as a teacher. I've got a bunch of different things there, but let us, pardon me, I want to go to all courses plus course. I want to create a new course. Korematsu. Okay, create course. All right, so with that, we've got a course. It's there. You can see it's assigned this sort of short little name, Korematsu, at the top. If you're going to be making a bunch of courses that start with the word Korematsu, I'd recommend against that, because this is the kind of thing that you'll see. It'll become frustrating really quickly, having to hunt for stuff. So as I've gone on, my course names have become shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. So anyways, that's something to think about. Okay, announcements, assignments, I've got nothing. I've got nothing at all. Okay, and you can see the default here is, hey, let's create a module. Okay, we don't have any pages yet, so I can't designate anything as a home page, except maybe the agenda. Okay, I'm gonna go to create module, talk about a section of content. Sure, why not? Science. Okay, science module. All right. So at the moment, it says unpublished up here. The course is unpublished. The module is unpublished. Everything is unpublished. In other words, nobody can see it. Okay. I have downloaded a Google Slides presentation. I took a Google Slides presentation, I downloaded it as a PDF, and now I'd like to add it here. So how about doing that? Actually, I want to make an assignment within science. New assignment. Did you see what I did there? A little plus sign. It's gray, so it's sometimes really hard to see. Okay, so add assignment science. Don't mind if I do. Assignment name, history. Okay. There we are. So what's going on with mystery? Absolutely nothing. Okay, so let's give it some content. Right. Here, students. Away. Okay, so I've got just a quick little blurb of meaningless text, and I want to include something wonderful. So I'd like to embed my PDF. I want to take that PDF, which was my my Google presentation slideshow before, and embed it here. Let's see if I remember to upload it. I did not, so let's upload it. This is a new course. I couldn't have uploaded it before now. Okay, where are we? Here we are. I'm uploading this PDF. Good. Putting it in course files. Upload. There we go. Okay, so it automatically put that in there. So let's just get rid of that so we can see what happened. Let's put a file in. Okay. There we go. I did that by going to my Files tab, clicking on the file that I wanted. Okay. However, if I do it this way, if I leave it at that, and by the way, you don't have to complete any of these other things until you want to publish it. Then all my students are going to see is this blue link. Unfun, and some folks will want to download or will have trouble downloading or stuff like that. So to mitigate a little bit for that, I'm going to make sure that PDF opens by itself every time. Okay, and how do I do that? I just do a click in here. Can you see my blue cursor flashing there? And I go up to link to URL. And I want to see auto open the inline preview for this link. So in other words, every time they see it, they'll see the full-fledged deal. I hit update link. Okay, doesn't look like any changes have happened until I save it. There we go. Okay, let me publish this just for fun. Go back to my assignments, go to mystery. There we go. Hey, what's going on here? Ooh, I can't preview assignments. One thing I want to talk about is if folks click on this and they are going to look at my nice mystery science presentation. This is where, in my experience in the past, I've had trouble if I'm teaching this, if I'm teaching it, in real time, then folks will have different devices and different ways of interfacing with those devices. And so if I'm asking everyone, first of all, if I'm asking everyone to download this big chunky PDF, it might take some longer than others. Some might not be able to download it, etc. So that's why I was attempting to embed it in the page. But also displaying things. Again, I try so hard not to take for granted that everyone can display the same PDF on all of their different devices. Maybe someone can only see what's going on in this pane and they have to scroll over to this side of the page, whereas you and I can see it plainly because I'm sharing it on a constrained, something that forces the resolution. So it's just something that I try really hard to remember. Okay, so that's what the PDF looks like. You can see it opened in this doc view. So everybody's browser has their own version of that. Okay, what about more asynchronous content? If you make, I've seen a lot of awesome, I'm not kidding, awesome videos coming from you folks at Korematsu that I think are so helpful. And I want to show you a way that you can embed those in your assignments. Okay. I want to, actually I need a new module, don't I? Okay. New group. Oops, I'm sorry, that's an assignment group. This is what the other teacher was asking about. Here we go, modules. Students can't see modules right now. I'd have to enable that for them. Okay, new module. Okay, and I've got nothing in French, so let's add something. Okay, item added. Nothing in there. Okay. So I can add content here to the top level of the module. And what do I want? I want to share the video from YouTube. Okay, where is my YouTube? Okay, guys, Zoom is right in front of everything I want to do today. All right. Okay, here's a video on technology. It's done in French, because that's a French class. Okay, insert, edit, media. Okay, I've pasted the link, and YouTube constrains the proportions for me, or I should say Canvas does so. I want to embed this media so that it pops up and doesn't just give us a blue link. There we go. Okay. So teachers have asked, what should we do when we want to check it off? We can say no submission. This is one option. You can say no submission, or online, and have them just complete something that says done, which works totally fine. Give a due date. I'll do this again. August 10, August 10, August 10. Got 24 hours to watch the video. Okay. There we go. Okay, so they're able to watch, I think. Yep, good. So you can see how, yes?
Can you show how to put just like a check that it's done for teachers that want to just check that it's done? Like how you would put that in there.
Here we are. Okay, online, gonna do text entry. Okay, so again, folks, I'm sorry, I can't preview assignments, but let me show you that again so that we know it's there. Okay, submission type online. What's the option? Text entry. So if we tell folks, just let me know you watched it, that's how you would achieve that.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I was just saying thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
So is there
where would they, oh, sorry. Where would they actually tell us that?
So as a student, if they are taking the course, they won't see what I'm seeing. They'll see an assignment with an open text box. So this will be like the question, and then the answer is an open text box where they just write done or watched or whatever you'd like them to say. Submitting a text entry box, you see that down there? I'm sorry it can't be more illustrative. It would be really helpful if it were, but it's not.
Barbara, it shows up right on the screen for the kids, and then they'll just type, the parent or the student will have to type in done or watched, and then there's a button at the bottom for them that'll say submit, and that's all they have to, they're just gonna have to type that piece in. Unfortunately, it's not like Google where we could check that box that said, yes, I did it.
Okay. Can I ask one more model question?
Yeah.
So in first grade, we're trying to do it by day. So every, like Monday's a module, Tuesday's a module, and our schedule's very similar every day. So we're using duplicate, so the module will just pop up again. And we would change the links. But every time you duplicate it, it says like Tuesday copy, Wednesday copy. Is there a way to duplicate it without it saying copy every time? Because then we have to go erase the copy.
Yeah, I feel your frustration in so many things that I do. Are you able to change the name of it once it's said so? Once it's said copy of X?
Yeah, you can go and edit it. It's just that, like it says Monday, and then it might say writing, math, word work. So it says Monday copy, writing copy, word work copy, math copy. So it's just going in and editing everything. So I was hoping there was a way to do it without the copy.
So I'm gonna do the teacher thing and say I don't have that information, but I could get back to you with it. Whenever and this is great. This is a great thing, a great point to talk about not having the answer. There's a forum, and people might roll their eyes. Oh boy, another forum. But there's a Canvas forum where you can go and get answers to fairly well everything. And I guarantee lots of teachers are having the same gripe. So, or frustration, whatever it might be. So you could go there and get the answers. And people are really, we're all in the same boat. They're really willing to help and that kind of thing. And chances are there are a bunch of archived posts. What I do that may be even faster is I'll just do a Google search for what I want to do. And I'm not trying to state the obvious, but I'll do a Google search for what I want to do, and I'll constrain my results to the most recent ones possible. So, for example, how to duplicate a course in Canvas. Okay, what are my tools? Anytime? No way, buddy. How about past month? This is coming from Canvas at Yale. One of the, I always get excited when I see an answer from a big university, but their answers are often specific just to their own campus. So I'd go for the canvaslms.com ones. And that has helped me just a bunch. Let's see what somebody says here. Yes. Yes, that's it. Okay. Okay, so sorry, I don't have 100% of an answer on that one, but somebody here does. Okay, I'm trying to get my gallery view back so I can see if there are more questions. Yep. Okay, I see Belinda. Belinda, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes. I think the organizational piece is really maybe at least what I'm struggling with. And like you showed your page, you have your courses, and then there's something called the home page, and then you have modules. And in other words, are your modules inside your course? And then that's one question, but then the other one is buttons are a big thing for K3 or TK through third. Like we have a lot about buttons where you have this cute little, and I've been making buttons and I'm going, well, now what? Like a weekly, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday button, or a weekly button. And then I know you can add assignments and modules, but then that thing about copying over, and I don't know, for me, the organizational, like just when the kids log on, what's the easiest way for a little 7 or 8 or 5-year-old or the parent to figure out what they're doing that day?
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, that's the hardest part, is the bigger, I'm still struggling with the big picture, just from cute to practical. I don't know.
Sure. And as cute as that is, and as seemingly simple as that is, we're going back to information architecture. It's not as easy as we want the parents to feel like it is, right? We want everybody to have, as you said, jump onto the page and you see maybe 4 buttons that get you everything you need to get. That's awesome. Molly, go ahead.
Avi, I was just wondering if this is possible, and only if it's okay with everybody. But first grade, we struggle with that a lot. And anyway, long story short, would it be possible for me to share my screen just to show what first grade has? Because I think it's addressing kind of, Belinda, what you're saying. And then I think what I'm sorry, I don't know if it's Sue or Susan asked earlier.
Yeah, certainly.
Would it be possible? And then either it's a yes or a no, and then if it's yes, you can go further with it. And if it's a no, then I'm out of here.
Molly, I'm going to make you co-host and see if you're able to share your screen like that.
Okay.
I'm going to stop my share.
Okay, now what I am showing, can I hit it now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm showing is like, it's looking like I'm showing, this is like, thank you, Barbara and Katie. They are incredible.
Molly, did you, I'm sorry,
Share.
there we go. There we go.
Did that work? Okay. So, oh, I had it up, I swear. Sorry, I am not techie. Okay. So, like I said, thank you, Barbara and Katie, for this. I just happen to be the one showing it. But we have this on our homepage, right? So, welcome. Hello, Dolphins, a little message, blah, blah, blah. Happy to be your teacher. Barbara made these fabulous buttons here. Doot, doot, doot. So, every week, our current week will be up in these buttons. Then Barbara made these fabulous extras. We're going to have extra PE, extra music, extra art, and then when the counselor gets her page, we'll do it here. She also made these fabulous buttons down here, welcome, meet, blah, blah. Okay, so here's, I think, what you're asking. So let's say Wednesday, it's the first day of school. I'm a little kid and the grown-up, and I'm going, okay, Wednesday, click. Clicking Wednesday, and what comes up is Wednesday, August 26th, the first day of school. And then all this we built under modules. And so on our first day of school, we're going to have our morning meeting. Now we don't have it linked. There's nothing in it yet because we don't even know. We just found out about Zoom. We're going to have a video of meeting all 3 first grade teachers, a video of read aloud, a video of writing. We have some links for PE. So I linked a few different things for PE in there. And then talked about, oh, you can go do these other exercises. And then that's kind of what it looks like. Math will be a video, and this says, stop here, you did your work for today, I'm proud of you. So I don't know if that helps, if that's kind of what you were asking, Belinda.
So are each of, yeah, though I see, and I've done something, is that muted? I've done something similar. And I guess like, are each of these assignments or are they pages or, you know?
These under modules.
Modules.
And then I was asking Avi, he said, yes, when you click a module, you go under module and each of these is a new assignment.
Okay, yeah, good. And then so now like I've done that too. I made sort of my first week. And then the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and school starts on Wednesday. Then the next week, do you make a new homepage, a new welcome page, welcome to the second week? Because I don't know, like, or announcements for that week. Do you just make a copy of it? I don't know. Maybe that's getting too far ahead. We get through Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we're good, right?
No, yeah, right. No, we did ask, I'll let Avi answer it, but if
okay.
We did call Canvas and talk to them, but I'll let Avi answer.
Okay, thank you.
Molly, that is what I was asking about, but I just still don't understand. How did you do that? How did you get those to link to that button?
So Barbara made the buttons and figured it out and taught us.
Okay.
But maybe Avi, if you want to take it away from there.
Sure, I can demonstrate doing one. It's not as hard as we might think. So let's, I mean, hopefully. So let's go back to Canvas here. Okay. All right. Go home. Go home, Avi. Okay. Just for fun. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to choose a home page. Let's go to syllabus. I don't have a syllabus. Okay. They always put everything out of order. Nothing is alphabetized. Okay, I didn't upload a syllabus, so that was a mistake. That's fine. Let's do assignments. Okay, that's where I want to put my image. Will be right there. Let me save this quickly so I don't lose it. Okay, so that's saved. It's not published. I want to go to my content, which right now is all under modules. Okay, under mystery. Okay, so I'm gonna do just the sort of blunt force method, which is just grab the link from up here, copying it. I'll go back to where I was before, first day of school, and edit this puppy. Now I've got just my line made of underscores here. I'm gonna put a link. There's the link, insert link. Okay, but all I've got is a bunch of underscores. That's not a button, is it? So why don't I go get somebody's navigation button? There we go. How about this? Just a Google image search. I've already got something to borrow. Okay. Oh, and I had a few already. Okay. Okay, I downloaded that. I'm going to upload it to my files. Let me open files in a new tab. On my course files, I have one file. Okay, let's double that by adding my Korematsu button. Wonderful. Okay, it's there. I'm going back to my assignment and editing first day of school. Okay, I want to put an image here. Embed image. I'm going to get it from my own files on Canvas. There we go. It's just a tiny little button here. Okay, I can adjust the size because it's way too big. Just by grabbing a corner. These grab handles, I think they call them. Okay, so there's my button. What was that URL? You don't have to do this part at all. I just forgot the URL, so I'm gonna copy it from here. I could just as easily go back to the assignment and do it that way instead. Okay, here's my link. Paste, insert. Okay, let me get rid of this little line and I will save this. Now I've got a live link here and I really like the site that you all showed me and then the same thing here because there's no blue stuff around the button. It's just a link when you pass your mouse over it. And there we go. It sends me right there. So I could be sending my students to the agenda, or I could be sending them to assignments or discussions or whatever you might be interested in sending them to. Okay. Now I've got my grid view up here. I'm scanning, looking for hands. I really like Doug's picture. Okay, I see one. Yes, Susan.
Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Right. So I'm kind of struggling the same like Belinda in organization. I was thinking of organizing my Canvas by the week. So I might say week 1, and then within week 1, I would put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. It may be easier because that way I don't have to be changing the links every week. And I could just have that 1 week, you know, to the week 1 link, and then week 2, week 3. What do you think of that? Do you think that maybe might be another way, an option to organize? I'm just trying to save myself time. I just don't think I really have time to be changing links every week.
Right, right.
And every
wonderful
different link. Mm-hmm. So if I organize by weeks of the school year, then I can
just set the link for that week, and then it goes right to that page. I mean, I
Fair
just kind of
enough.
want your feedback about that.
Yeah, that's a better idea than I would have had. that's really good.
There's also some really good YouTube videos if you guys want to know about how to do a kindergarten teacher I've been watching, and she does. So for you kinder and younger, for kinder and first, I think it may be helpful. It tells all about the buttons, how to create courses, everything. So if you want to watch that, I can share that. It's on YouTube.
Send those around to people. That'd be really nice.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to decide in my head whether to do pages or by weeks.
Susan, I know I did it as a college student, but I can say from a college student perspective, even it's really, really easy to do it by the week, and everything is listed right there for you. You can say week 1, August 26th through 28th, and everything just pops up. It made it super easy when I was taking my course I wasn't fumbling through 50 billion, clicks to try and find what all my assignments were for the week and when they were due. You just went through that one. So I think it's a lot easier to do like week 1, week 2, week 3. And then the kids can click on that link.
Yeah, and then within that week, you can also have little headers. So you could have a Monday header with all your assignments down there, Tuesday header.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you do it that,
A lot of people I was reading, and they were saying for like the littles TKK1, they were saying do it by day, and they were saying it's a lot more work for the teachers, but it's a lot easier for the students. But I think a lot of, I don't know, because I haven't done it, but I'm just saying a lot of what I was reading about the teachers who were chiming in, teachers were saying kind of, I could see like second, third, older, doing it by the weeks was less work for you, and the kids could navigate it. We decided, we kept wanting to do weeks to save ourselves, but we're like, we teach first grade, we have to work with our population. But a lot of the primary teachers were kind of second, third, and up saying weeks was doable for your kids.
Okay.
Terry?
Avi, if you set it up by weeks though, is there a way to keep kids from getting ahead and trying to do a week's worth of work in one day?
Yeah, you can, yes, you can publish or unpublish those sections of it.
Okay, so they could click on the link for the week. It might just show up Monday, and then on Tuesday they can see Monday and Tuesday and on.
Lock until option you might have seen when I was creating the assignment.
Thank you.
I'm looking, Belinda?
When we did our spring teaching, I did it by the week. So right now I've set up my first week of school as literally by day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then my next week I was starting to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for this new fall. And then I was just kind of at this roadblock of copying over. So like Susan, I'm thinking to go back to my weekly schedule. And it was really awesome because I could just basically copy over from a Google Doc. Every week in my Scholastic News, they could count on, okay, every Tuesday they needed to be able to get on that. They could see it coming, that what was scheduled, and was very routine every week. And I'd have live links in that Google Doc. And I don't know, that might be one way to do even this. The other thing is I could tell when kids, I didn't have the function, or maybe I didn't use it, but had to lock an assignment. But I could tell the kids if they worked ahead, they would try to send me a math assignment I hadn't gone over. I'm like, no, you need to redo that because they did it before the lesson. So they kind of got to know it doesn't do them any good to try to rush the assignments, because I did a lot of live teaching. So I don't know, but I like the week idea. I think at least for third graders, they could handle it. And I think second graders probably could too, is give me a bigger picture too. And it was very.
And can I jump in really quickly? One of the things that you all have to remember is that Canvas does record when kids are on. And remember that we're looking at 180 minutes, 230 minutes, 240 minutes per day across the board. So we have to be careful with assignments if we do it weekly, because if everyone crams and gets everything done and then they're just playing video games all day, Tuesday through Friday, but everything's done Monday. So make sure that you guys think about that with your publish, not publish, what they can see and not see. Like Belinda said, they're going to try to do things that you haven't taught yet, and it's not going to work.
True enough. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, everybody looks healthy and happy. All right. We could spend another hour on this, or we could end at this time. But I want to let you know that I'm only one Laura away at any time from all of you. So if you want to reach out, you know how to find me. And hope this has been a little bit helpful. I'm in your shoes. I'm taking a bunch of these trainings from bearded crazy men as well. So I know how it feels. And yeah, we're all in this together. And my gosh, what a year we're going to have. Yeah, for better or for better. I don't know. Well, thanks for coming. And
Avi, thank you so much. That was a huge help. Thank you so much.
You're really welcome.
That was lovely of you to give your time.
Yes,
Anytime,
thank you,
anytime.
Avi.
Thank you.
Thanks, Avi.
Thank you.
Good day.